and that is my first patch. A bit complicated, I know. Hello everyone. So I made this software. It's called Infinite. Infinite is a modular workstation, as I call it. You can make music and art with it. It's like a DAW, but it's also like touchdesigner, also like Blender geometry nodes with some Ableton devices mixed in. And if you're familiar with node-based softwares, you would actually pick this up very quickly. But if you're not, just follow me along and I'll teach you, get you the basics so that you can make amazing patches, amazing art, amazing music, and that's what I want with people, okay? When you open the app, which is Infinite, of course you won't see this. Let me just remove this. You won't see this. You can see there is file, edit menu, basic controls, start audio will start your audio. You can set the BPM. Let's say I want to work at 145 BPM today, and let me just rewind from here. You can see bar and beat. So every cool. You can also put time signature. I want to work in 4x4 and I want to work in key E natural minor. Okay. You go here, search panel. Search panel has 4 modes. Modules are the nodes. So let's say this is a module. It's a node. I'll just explain what this all does. Let me just remove it for now. These are samples. I have loaded some samples from my laptop. You can also add any folder and then load a sample and then directly drop any sample and play around with it. I'll just explain what all of this means, don't worry. You can also drop any media. I have media channels. Okay, you can also load any media. I have a lot of images and videos that I won't of course show you, but let me, okay, this, so you can drop and then it comes as an image source. You also have plugins, that is of course AU is audio unit, VST3 you can also load. I have a lot of plugins, audio plugins, and then I can play around with it. Let's go, let's build. Let me explain. Okay, let's try to do something now. If you do right click and search, you can search a lot of modules, nodes, and nodes is how you build a modular patch. A modular patch is very cool. So you can search a lot of nodes here. Source, compositing, effects, 3D, nodes, synths, audio effects, modulators, utility. Source is your 2D image sources or video sources. Shape, circle, rectangle, these are all shapes. It comes within shape. You can, there is text, there is video in, there is noise. Like if I do the video in, you can see video in. Let me go back. There is audio texture, text, you can type any text. Hello world, hello world, I mean world, lol. Okay, now these are shapes. I mean, of course you can click and select any shape. I'll tell you what all of this is right now, but you don't need to know much right now. Just know that these are type of nodes. Compositing is, you have a lot of compositing things. So basically what compositing is actually is when you try to mix around video and image sources in a certain way. Okay, threshold, invert, let's say exposure, color adjustments is the best way to tell you what compositing is. So let's say I have an image right now. I'll just put it in. Here is my image. This is some bedroom. Okay, I want to adjust colors. I can adjust brightness, contrast, black point, white point. I can balance the colors out. I can change the hue, the saturation, the lightness, vibrance. Okay, let me just give you a quick this is the color adjustments. Of course, I can just duplicate and blend compositing actually. Okay, blend any two images with the blend. Let's say I want to blend this cat. You see what I'm doing here? Out cable of this to A, out cable of this to B, and then out cable of this has to go to color adjustments, and you see what is happening. But I still can't see because the blend mode is at normal. But if you turn off the opacity, you can see even the A node is coming here. So you can change the blend mode which mixes these two nodes. Okay, screen, subtract, reflect, glow. I like this. Okay, I like how this is. What I'm doing right now is I'm moving the opacity, but you can move the opacity in real time. That's what is amazing about this DAW. You can use a modulator, which I will explain. A lot of modulators are there. Let's say I'll just explain it. You use LFO and you drag the out cable, you drag it at the little dot here, and then amazing, the opacity is being controlled in real time. And you have something trippy right now, a cat in a bed just moving around. Okay, let's just delete and go back to me explaining you the notes again. You have effects, a lot of effects are there. Oh wait, let me show you some effects. Let me go back, which is Command Z on Mac or Control Z on Windows. So what does effects do? Effects will give you some effects on these. Let's say I want to lens distort this thing that I got. I do out and do I in here, and then I adjust the values here. It distorts my image, makes it very trippy. I see so many parameters I can do. Now wait, again, I just don't want this zoom to be this value. I just want it to move at a certain value. You know, it's very cool if I do this, keep doing this. I'll just use random. Don't mind me what am I doing, and I'll just put it here, and I want the values to be low is the low value. I just want it between 1 and 2, so I'll just put low is 1 and then high is 2, and then this will move. So it becomes really trippy right now. Oh wait, do you want me to go back to the nodes again? Let's just go back to the nodes again. Let's just delete all of them. Okay, 3D. So what are 3D nodes? Of course, whatever I showed you right now was 2D nodes. Now there are 3D nodes as well. So basic 3D nodes, these are 3D shapes: cube, sphere, torus, cylinder, cone, tube, pyramid, super shape. You can use cube, that's the basic thing. You can use render, again connected to geo. Don't look at this, don't look all of this, I'll just explain it later in tutorials or right now, I don't know yet. So this is 3D, all of this is 3D. Okay, a lot of shapes here. Let's me do a Bovius strip. All out of this is 3D, and you can play around with the 3D. Let's go back, let's explore more nodes. Now after this you get into the audio domain. People who know about a lot of modular DAW softwares would know what this is. Audio, these are, so how audio works is like there are notes. Okay, let's say there is a note. I'll show you how this works. I'll just comment something. Okay, let's say, okay, so how audio works is that there are notes. You use the notes, you put it in the synths, the sampler, then you put audio effects, and then you modulate around everything and you make music out of it. That's how majorly the flow of audio signal works. Okay, let me just put it in. Okay, so notes, then what do you play a note on? A piano or a keyboard or a synth? Notes to synths, then you try to put some audio effects, reverb, delay, and then you get a final result out of it. I'll show you how to make a simple audio patch as well. Don't forget to start audio to make that patch. Okay, where were we? Back to me explaining you what are the notes. Then we have utility modulators. Like I show you, LFO is a modulator. So what LFO exactly does is, this is a sine wave. Sine waves, its normalized value is from 0 to 1. It will move at the rate of 4. So every fourth beat, you can see the value here, it will go back to 0 and then 1, and then it will move at the rate of the beat. If I want to move it every beat, you can see it is so fast. At 1 it is so fast. At 0.5 it is very fast. If I want to make it slow, at 16 it is so slow. Every 16th beat it will complete the whole oscillation, which is the sine wave. And you can also control the low value. So it's going 0 to 1. I want to control it from 0.5 to 1. So it will go from 0.5 to 1 or 0.5 to 6. You can see the values here. You can hide and show from here as well. Now there are a lot of modulators like this. There is random value emitting. Then there is compare, range, smoothing. These are advanced audio. These are advanced modulators. I'll just explain this to you later. There is some macro knobs. You can collect multiple things and control it with one knob. See, I want to control a lot of things. I'll just use this knob and everything will move around. This is a macro knob. I can literally use anything that I showed you earlier. Let's say I want to control a circle's position and a cube's bevel. All of this from or an oscillator's filter value. I'll explain you what's happening. I can all control this with one knob. That's the beauty of macro knobs. Okay, going back to modulators. There is constant null modulator. A lot of modulators that, of course, I'll explain you when the right time comes, when we are making a patch. And then utility. But what you need to know right now is source is 2D, video, image. Compositing is playing around with 2D, or when the 3D is rendered and then you get a 2D surface and then you use compositing. Then you have effects. I showed you, you can play it. That's also 2D. You play around with a lot of effects. Then you have 3D, which you play around with 3D geometry, meshes, points, faces, vertices, edges, and you render the 3D, then it becomes a 2D, and then you play around again with compositing and effects. Notes is a different altogether. It doesn't come under art, it comes under music. Okay, notes is a note. There are so many notes on my keyboard right here. Notes. Then synths are what? Piano, keyboards, oscillators, wavetables. You can even use your own plugin and then put notes into the thing the plugins, the synths, then you use the wavetable. Okay, nodes to, so one chain would be nodes to wavetable, then a reverb, and then a utility. So utilities, we have siphon in, output. Output is when you want to export whatever we just made, and then we have gain, audio related, mixer, when you want to mix two channels. Okay, I hope you understood a lot of things. It's a very brief summary of what this software can do, but it's infinite possibilities. You can make and play around with a lot of things, and we'll just make a simple patch and I'll tell you. And if you like it right now, I will go in depth with the software and with the tutorials, but I really want you guys to use this as much as you can, and share your artworks, share your music with me, and I'll try to improve on this. Okay, so what do you want to make today? We'll make let's go and explain whatever is happening. Let's do source only. It's very simple. Let's do formula. Okay, so formula, I have a lot of formula presets right here. I want to do something like flow field. Okay, I have a nice flow field thing happening here. I can adjust the resolution. Ideally, whatever you want to export in, just put the resolution here. So I usually export in 1920 into 1920, higher square resolution. Okay, these are our values to adjust the flow field. Okay, but of course I don't want these values to be constant. I like everything to be random. That's me in general. I like random things in universe. Okay, I'll just spawn a random, again right click, search for nodes, or I can do here search modules and search for random modulator, not random node generator. Note is the audio thing. We are working in art right now. Okay, modulators, you can modulate anything, so we'll just spawn a random modulator, or we can also search for random modulator. Let's go. So we have two random modulators here. I want to adjust this because this looks very trippy to me. I'll just use the out cable and put it right here. Okay, you can see it's using these values, 0. these values, and adjusting these values. And this is very jittery. Okay, it's moving like pss, 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 pss. No, I want it very smooth. So what do? I go to smooth. It's 0.5 right now. If I go 0, it's very technical. It's like sharp edges, rectangular. I want it to be like curved smooth, so I do 1. Now it goes very easily, but it's still very fast. Okay, this one beat is very fast. I want to do it very slow, so I put 4 here, so it's like moving very slowly, the whole field. Cool. Now I'm not settled with this. I want to adjust these values as well. Again, I do this, put 4 here, smooth here. I want to smooth it out and use these. So there are 2 random values controlling a lot of stuff. Do I like? Oh, I want to do these also. Like let's just do these also. Okay, I'll just duplicate and I'll do these. Okay, now I can directly export, but why export? I can do output in and record the video and share it on my Instagram. Okay, but why? Let's just build more. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so what I thought of it right now, let's do a cube. Let's spawn a 3D cube for no reason. I just like cubes. Okay, this is a 3D cube. And then let's spawn and then let's render it out. So I go this, I can also do this by the way, and search for render, or I can do search panel render and then drop the render, or I can do double click and render, and I'll just connect. So this is a geometry, cube is a geometry. Okay, on render, why do you have to render? Because you have to, I'm telling you so. You have to render a 3D geometry. Okay, and if you can see in 3D render, you can render so many geometries, geometry A, B, C, D, then there is camera that you can adjust, and there is lighting, light 1, 2, 3, and there is environment lighting as well. Now you render it out at geometry A. Okay, this is my render, and now I can play around with it. I'll play around this as well, but this is just for looking. This is viewport. This is the final render. Whatever I play around in the render 3D would be the final result. Okay, I'll also adjust the resolution to 1920 because I want the final resolution to be 1920. And if you see, there is light height. Let me adjust light height, it's kind of cool. Okay, let me use this modulator actually to adjust the light height. It's working very cool, I like it. Okay, cool. We have a render of a 3D cube. Now what do we do now? I have something like this. I have a render of a 3D cube where some lighting is happening. Oh, do I want to like orbit it? Do I want to like elevate it? Do you think I should orbit elevate it? Okay, let's just use this one. Let's just orbit it. Let's use this to elevate it. Now it's some, now the cube is rotating in the space, and I like it. I just like it. It's moving randomly in space with my random modulators. Okay, cool. Now what do I do now? Okay, let's just use null. Null is nothing, it won't do nothing, but I want to like view it in 2D stuff, whatever I rendered. Okay, okay, let's go. We have this, we have a cube, a rendered cube. Let's just mix them and make something. Okay, we use blend compositing to mix it. We put this into A, this into B, or maybe this into A and this into B. We have something here. Wait, let me just turn off the background opacity. Okay, now we have a cube on the thing that I just made. Okay, it's looking very trippy already. Cool, lovely. Actually, I just want to play around with the cube a little more. Let me just do array. So what array does is, you see, if I increase the count, it will increase the number of cubes in some direction. Like now there are 4 cubes. Offset is the distance between these. Offset x. Y is this. Y is the offset here, and then we have offset z. So 3D, this, the horizontal is the x, the vertical is the y, and z is the third dimension. Okay, now I want to rotate it per step. Give it random rotation on every step, random scale on every step. But actually I can do radial also. Radial will make it very cool. Okay, now there is some cool thing happening here. Okay, now this is not render because I have not connected this cable to the DAW. I'll just use this and collect this. It's now rendering. Let me just zoom out a bit. Okay, now we have some cool 3D shapes happening around here. Okay, do you want to like put color? Let's just color it a bit. Okay, I don't like the colors right now. I'll use the color ramp node. I'll just search for it, put it here. Here are my color ramps. Let me use, I don't know, let me use something like blue, then white. I like white. I also want to use another stop. I can add another stop. I want to use a bit of red as well. Let me use a bit of red. Okay, yeah, a bit of red as well. Again, don't follow me guys, okay? Don't follow me exactly. Just do it according to your taste. That is what art and music is about. Whenever you create something, do it according to your taste. Okay, so this is my taste. These are the colors that I like, the gradients that I like. I really like the textures of the whole thing. Okay, so I've recolored into something really cool. I want to play around with these cubes a little more, like apply some effects or something. Let me apply a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of symmetry. Yeah, let's do symmetry. Okay, what symmetry does is, of course, makes things symmetrical. I can mirror on Y, I can mirror on, let's do X only, and let's do the flipping. Okay, it's the whole thing is now symmetrical. Now let's blend the both of these. Okay, let's do again the blend, compositing. We're working in compositing, and then IV blend. So there is this also, and then there is this also happening. Okay, now I want a different color of this, so I'll do just again the color ramp and then do blend on this. Okay, let's do something greenish this time. Okay, or something, let's remove the black part, or should we put, let's do black, let's remove this, let's do something like red, let's do green. I don't know what I'm doing, but okay, let's change the blend mode actually. Okay, this is very cool. Linear bone, pin light is also cool. Average, I like the linear one. Okay, something is happening, something really cool is happening here. I like it. Okay, we have some sort of an audio. Oh, what about these modulator? I can play around with these modulators more, no? Or do I not? Do I like play around with this? Nah. Let me, what should I do? Okay, I think this is enough. You guys might be overwhelmed, so I won't add more nodes right now. But let's go. This is enough, I guess. Let's do a very simple audio patch and let's wrap it up. I'll just select all, Shift G, Command G, sorry. Just rename this. Hey, I want to rename this as art, visual, what? Okay, wait, actually I do want to add some text here. Let's do some text. I want to add a text like, let's do again a blend, a final blend which will blend the text and this whatever we made. Let's put it inside here, the group itself. Let's do art is really cool, and let's select Arial. Word wrap will wrap it around. We can change the position, the size of the font, of course, the position, the scale. I like this, the line spacing. Come back position here. Art is real. Let's do line spacing, simple here. Come on, let's do position. So art is really cool, but in red. Okay, so cool, art is really cool. Okay, let's go back. Let's make something related to audio. Okay, very simple patch. Chill out, relax, have some water. I'll have some water. Let's make a very simple audio patch right now, and I'll show you how to integrate the art part, the visual parts that we made. Now we will make the audio part, and then we'll integrate them both and make some let's do some magic. Okay, again, so what flow did I tell you in the starting? The notes go into synths, then we put audio effects, play around with it, then we go audio. Okay, so let's just use a note. We go and search for notes. What notes do you want to make? Okay, let's just use note sequencer. So what note sequences? These are the notes that are being played at a certain time. Let's start audio because we are now in the audio domain. So sync 1/16 is the rate this notes will play. I want to use a synth. I'll just use a random oscillator. I'll explain what is this, and just connect to this. Okay, so you can see C4 being played for 1/16 the rate. The lower the rate 1/1, the slower the speed. 1/2 is very high, this, and I can use free also. Change the number of steps. I like to use 8 steps, and then gate. This is the gate as well. Then we do snap to key. Is this the notes? The snap to key, the global key, which is our E natural minor. So I like it. I like when we are using the global key. Okay, I want A4. I don't know what I want right now because I like hearing it musically what's happening, so I'll just do random stuff. Okay, cool. Now so we have some note in this, and I'll just use sine waves so it will not destroy your. Okay, now we have some audio out. Can you hear something? Can you guys hear something? It's too loud for me. I'll just use the gain not to decrease it a bit. Okay, now I can hear myself and there is some sound happening. So the notes are being fed into the oscillator. You change the rate, play around with it. Let's do 1/8 note. Let's adjust attack, decay, release. So what attack, decay, release is that? I'll just decrease the volume a little bit more, sorry. Okay, attack is how fast you attack the note. How fast is this happening? Attack. Decay is, sustain is how long did you sustain those. This sustain is how long did you sustain that attack, and decay is when you release it. When you're about to release it, what is the speed of the decay, and then you release it. That is the ADSR envelope: attack, decay, sustain, release, or the amp envelope. Okay, these are my values. There is no specific values to this. Just use whatever you want, whatever you feel like doing. That's the beauty of art and music. Just be free. Whatever sounds good to you, do that. Okay, cool. You can use unison, detune. I just added some reverb. I just searched for reverb, added some reverb, make it a lot more spacious. Okay, a lot of stuff happening right now. A very simple patch is this only. Let's not like overcomplicate it right now. A very simple musical patch. This is enough for what's happening, but you can play around with a lot of stuff here. We have some random modulators. Let's use those modulators. Let's use any of these modulators and just drag the out cable and try to control this. This is filtering, so let me use this. Cool. Very simple audio patch. We won't get into what's happening, what's not happening, what should we do. Let's just add a kick for now. Actually, let me show you something really cool. Let's add a sample player. Let's use this audio and record something. Okay, record in. I put it in record in, and then I put record. So this audio that we were just making, it's now recorded. Okay, now I want to use this audio and play around something. Okay, let's just use blend, not the compositing, blend audio. And this is A signal, this is B signal. I mix this signal and put it here. Okay, now we have something here. Okay, we do the looping. Let's use a delay mode to make it really cool. I actually like the higher frequency, so I'll use a EQ and use the higher frequencies here. Actually don't like the reverb. Let me just use a reverb here as well. Let's just disconnect the something really cool is I like this. Let's just use again this random modulator. Just drag it here to the Q mode. Q is the resonance, by the way. I have something pad like I have some audio here. Okay, before I export I have some audio here right now. Now what I can do is use this audio to move the visual patch that we just created. Okay, I'll just turn it off. Now we have a visual patch, we have an audio patch. Now how to integrate them? Okay, I have a lot of nodes that we can use to integrate them. So there is this node called what? There is this node called audio color RAM. You can feed in the audio and feed it any image, let's say this, and it will recolor the whole image according to frequencies that I have in the audio. Okay, I likely have a lot of let me just so you can see I have a lot of yellow frequencies. And can change the spectrum according. This will react to. That is one way. Let's just. That is. So that was one way to play around with the audio and visual part. We also have audio ribbon. This will convert to 3D geometry. You know, you can use you can render this 3D geometry anywhere. Like probably put it here again. Okay. We also, what my favorite is right now what is my favorite is displacing the geometry through an audio. So here we go back here, we use this, we use audio displacement. Now you see geo into geo, geometry. Now audio port is open. We can use audio port from here. FPS drop. Let me just decrease the strengthen a bit, or also decrease the details, so it will just move more smoothly. Now something is displacing because of the audio that I just put. Change the strength. Okay, I like this. Change the strength of it. There's no audio. A lot of audio stuff is happening. Okay, yeah, so we have something really cool. Art is really cool. Now I can just output it. I want to output both. This will output the video audio to in, and I can also output the audio part that we just made here, put it in audio, and then I can just click record and export it and share it on Instagram. And that is my first patch. A bit complicated, I know. I'll just make it simpler in next few tutorials, but if you follow it thoroughly, you will understand how powerful this DAW come visualizer come 3D software come compositing that I'm still making is. And best of luck. Reach me out anytime to know more doubts regarding this. I'll just save the patch and I'll share this patch on my Discord channel, and also share the links to download this software in the description. Also listen to my music. I make a lot of music. I have 11 to 12 music albums out there, psychedelic, hypnotic, techno themes. And so hope you like the tutorial. A quick walkthrough, not actually a tutorial, but a quick walkthrough. I couldn't dive into each note in a very deeper way, but I'll do that soon. Okay, see you soon.